Since I was 8 and I was in, I think, Philly, I saw this person lying on the streets. I'm like, this poor person, I wanted to help like as soon as I could. So my first thought was, how about we make like bags of food, toiletries, and clothing for them? So I volunteer at St. Paul's Church in Camden on the third Sunday of every month. We take all these donations of clothes and toiletries and we set them out across tables for people who are homeless or just in great need. Not only are we working on that third Sunday of every month, but it's a full-time sort of job in a way where we're not only gathering donations all the time pretty much, but we're also storing them as well.
Kara is not one that seeks the limelight. She's not one to like grab the mic and stand out front. She's more of the kind of person that's going to be in the background, but always very hardworking, always kind. If I need something, she's one of the first to arrive, one of the last to leave. Just kind of an unsung hero.
I think it's important for us to volunteer because a lot of us are so lucky to not have had to deal with worrying about not having food for like the next night or clothes on our back or even just a place to sleep. And there are so many people that don't have that same luck as us, and I think we should be able to encourage others to volunteer and help.
It's just so enriching giving back in the day and age that we're in now. A lot of kids are struggling with, finding their place and feeling useful and needed.
It's the kind of thing you can't really stop. Once you start, like these people, they won't stop needing help unless you continue to help them. It's one thing to be doing it for a little while because you have to, but I think it's another to recognize that and to be willing to continue to help.
I mostly volunteer because I try to find what I love and give back to my community, because I found throughout Medford and this whole district that I use so many of the tools and resources to have me expand in my educational career, and I wanted to give back to those different areas.
So MYAA is the Medford Youth Athletic Association, and she works with their track program. One of the things that Misha's done with the track program is help raise money. So each year for the past 3 years, she's had to raise $500. And at this point, she has raised up to $1,500 for the MYAA track program.
So another thing I volunteer in is the Pink Foundation. This is a nonprofit organization that is based in the US, but helps shelter abandoned girls in India. This foundation has meant so much to me in the past, and it's really what started my volunteering career.
The Pink Foundation works with girls in India who are either homeless or struggling for one reason or another. And Misha's mom got involved with this organization because it's close to where Misha's mother is from. So Misha is working with this organization, and initially it sort of began, it sounds like, with some Zoom calls, and they were doing some interactive games online, and also just talking about average daily life. And Misha, through getting to know them, has now realized that fundraising is a major issue.
Another experience that I volunteer for is the Cedar Run Wildlife Preserve. That is very local to our community, and it has been a really great experience for me. In the summers, I work over there and I help out their summer camps. This is another activity with the kids that I love doing. We get to explore the pine barrens.
Misha is extremely involved with volunteer work. She is, at a basic level, really involved at school. So how she finds time to do the volunteer work, I have no idea. But I know that she's been involved with Cedar Run, and one of the things that she's done with Cedar Run is basically just help facilitate work with children, with their education program at Cedar Run, and also working with the various animals and helping them with the 24/7 care that they have to provide at Cedar Run. One of the really cool things about Misha getting this award is that she was actually nominated by a set of her friends. And so Misha has a great group of friends, and the fact that they are willing to put aside their time to recognize that their good friend is doing some amazing work, I think that says more than any teacher or more than any other individual writing a nomination.
I think it's important to volunteer so that you yourself can grow as a person, and then also you can help others and give back to your community.
Misha's character is awesome. I mean, she is one of those students who every single day comes in with a smile, and she has a positive attitude with everything that she does. And beyond that, she's also an incredible leader. She has a great work ethic, and she sets a good example for younger students.
Caitlin has all of the integrity in the world, and especially as a young person who is just finding herself for the first time, she doesn't really waver. She is unique, she's true to herself, but she puts her all into everything, and it's because of who she is. It's because she is welcome to be herself and pour herself into all of the things that help this community that makes her who she is.
I've been a school counselor for about 10 years, and during that time I never worked with a student who was more committed to improving their school and local community. I'm constantly surprised and impressed with how much she can actually do and still do well academically.
So for my community service, I have passions in many different organizations and many different groups. The main one I would say is helping out the special needs community. So I coach and I work with 3 special hockey teams. So I coach Philadelphia Blind Hockey, which is an organization that helps individuals with visual impairments learn how to ice skate and the fundamentals in the greater Philadelphia region. And then I have Wings of Steel, sled hockey, which is those who are amputees or have limited leg mobility, and they use specifically engineered sleds to help them on the ice to play hockey. And then lastly, we have Flyers Youth Special Hockey, which is for individuals with special needs, helping them flourish on the ice and really connect with each other. So especially with the hockey stuff, ever since I was younger, I kind of followed in my siblings and my parents' footsteps as we all worked with Sports Unity, which is a sports organization to help individuals with special needs. And then I was actually at work one day and I saw Philadelphia Blind Hockey come in, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. So I learned more about it, and they were actually looking for volunteers. So from there, I started volunteering with them. And then I started with the other 2 teams after that. And it really, from that moment on, it really opened my eyes to see how adaptable the sports really are, and I can really make an impact with my passion of sports.
She gives up a lot of her time to help people who she just wants to see the joy and their capabilities come through when they may be the types of people who have been told their whole lives that they can't do things, or that they have struggled to do things, or feel the same as somebody else. And she's able to step out of herself and help that group of people. And that doesn't even include all of the other things that she does with her environmental impact, with working towards equality, her activities with No Place for Hate, also within the school, but that kind of impact trickles throughout the entire community.
I think it's very important to volunteer because it helps really build character and really build those life lessons. And it really helps you along the way in the future. Just doing something good for others really makes you feel the best you can be. And I also think, along with volunteering, it's really good to help inspire others to volunteer. So through my organizations, I've also served as volunteer coordinator. So I've helped other local high school teams really build their leadership platforms so they can make a difference in their own way as well. 100% I will continue my volunteer work after Cherokee. It's become such a huge part of me, and it really has become part of my identity with the resources my parents, my siblings, as well as Cherokee provided for me to become the best, volunteer and leader that I could be. It's definitely something I'll stay with me, especially with the connections also that I've made with my teams. And something really important to me also is there's this quote by Mark Twain that says, the 2 most important days of your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why. And I can proudly say I found out why through the teams I've coached and through my volunteer work to help make an impact in the world.
I won the award for the volunteering I do at Seneca, mainly for Seneca Sports. I'm the DJ and announcer for the majority of the teams. We started with football. I did music. I was there every home game, every away game. So I started in February of 2019. I was a volunteer DJ for my elementary school. It was their Valentine's Day dance. And I had nothing. I had my mom's laptop and some speakers that I borrowed from the school. I did that. It went great, and I wanted to continue, so I bought some equipment that summer. You know, over time, I got to Seneca. I started volunteering here, beginning my freshman year.
So I first met Braden when he was a sophomore. He came to me at the end of his sophomore year with a proposal. He asked to meet with me, and he had a typed up proposal for bringing just new excitement to our Friday Night Lights experience here at Seneca High School. Ever since then, I've just worked with him with our football games, but also a lot of other sporting events and other events that we do here at Seneca, where he kind of just has become the voice of Seneca over the last 2 years.
Well, Braden has done a lot for our football program. He started by putting together some films in the summer, like almost as a preseason hype video to get all the guys excited about the season. And he's kind of just at every practice. He's at our 7-on-7s. He's videoing or doing things for the team whenever he can.
Having the opportunity to run the music and announce for the unified game, I mean, it's an incredible experience, such a special team. It really creates a sense of family and community. You know, Seneca, we're all about Seneca family, and that's a real thing.
I think it's important for high schoolers to volunteer because you're learning a skill that hopefully will carry over with you for the rest of your life. You know, I'm a big person that believes in giving back, and I learned that when I was in high school, and I think it's great that a lot of high school kids do it, and like I said, it's just going to be something that they'll hopefully do for the rest of their lives.
It's important to volunteer because it builds experience for yourself. It allows you to give back to your community. It helps create a great environment for, specifically Seneca family, and with my experience, it's allowed me to do things that I've never been able to do before. It's opportunities that I'll most likely never have again.